Hello guys, welcome. This is Diamond Home.
Wow. And welcome to Diamond Home.
Yeah.
It's a platform where we talk about family, whatever you want to know about family, home, how lifestyle, motherhood, parenting, name it. That is what we discuss on this channel.
Yeah, very correct.
And from the topic today, you already know what we are talking about. Please get your drink.
Yep.
Draw your couch closer.
Yeah.
This gist is for everybody, grandmothers, so mothers. So please, we want to know your opinion, your comments in the comment section, because it's a matter of concern. It's a matter of like we really want to know.
Yeah.
Family does not matter in a marriage.
Yeah, family does not matter in a marriage.
Does it matter to you? Okay, now let's look at it this way.
Okay.
You've prayed for husband all your life. A handsome man, educated, hardworking, just name it. You have your standard, you have your qualities that you want in the man, and you meet this man. Oh my God, it's everything you ever desire in a man.
It took your breath away.
Wow. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Then meeting his family.
Yeah.
The mother said, no way. Does it matter to you? Please, run close. Let's talk.
Yes.
Let's get there.
Let's go there and let's share this. Does it really matter? I mean, family does not matter. So does it?
Does it matter to you?
No, it doesn't matter. No. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Does it? No, it does not. Guys, family does not matter in a marriage. We already know what a family is, and we already know what a marriage is. So we'll just go right there without bothering you with necessary definition. We'll just go right there and discuss the major categories of family. Major categories of family. So
in the marriage terms,
yes.
Like when you talk about marriage, you are planning to get married as a lady, as a man. Families, the categories of family you look out for or you watch out for.
Yeah. So the first one is godly family. So, mommy, you want to tell us what exactly godly family means?
Okay. Godly family are this set of family that believe in the true God completely. Their hope, their expectation, their everything, they leave it for God and God alone. Even some Christian home leave all their fight to God. Like, let God fight for me. You understand? Every of their concern, their expectation lean on God. Yeah. That is a godly home.
Yeah.
God in heaven, that is the true God. He's the only God that counts on for survival, for safety, for protection, for defense.
Yeah, just to summarize, a godly family is a family whose belief system is strictly on our Lord Almighty, the true God. They know He exists, they believe in Him, they know Him, they trust in Him, they have faith in Him. And so all of their doings is in Christ. So they don't go to other gods. They don't go anywhere else. So God take over. That's their concern, that's their belief system. Another major category of family is those ones that are ungodly. All right? The ungodly category or the ungodly set of family.
That is the unbelievers, say to say. They don't really... They don't believe in God. Maybe they are traditionalists they are traditionalists. These are the people that...
they might not even be traditionalists, but for some reason they just don't believe that God exists. They don't believe in God at all. If you talk about God, with them, they don't believe it. So it's easy for them to go to one Baba out there. It's easy for them to go to one man out there. You understand? So they don't believe, they don't trust God. They don't even know it exists, and they don't want to believe that it exists, even though there are testimonies around them that shows that it does exist, but they are just not interested. Then the last set of category of family that we have on our list is the mixed category. With this set of family, they are Christians, they are godly. At the same time, they also go for other gods. They also go to other babas. They also go to one or two other persons they go from places to places. They don't quite. Yes, they go to church. Yes, they talk about Bible.
Be in activities in the church.
Yes.
Department or the other.
Yes. Yes, but for some reason or the other, their belief is not complete. Let's just put it that way. Now, why do we have to quickly, discuss these 3 categories of family? It matters when you want to marry.
It's essential.
It's very essential.
Like,
Because if you being either the man or the woman coming from a certain background, all right, from a certain either the belief part or the unbelief part or the mixed part, now go to a family that is opposite what you do, what you practice. You believe that it's going to, affect the acceptance of the spouse.
marriage in a family. When you want to get married as a young lady, as a young man, it matters. Number one thing you should look out for is the family you are getting married to. In those days when we were in school, we used to say, once my husband is okay with me, it doesn't matter. But trust me, those things are English. They are self-deception. Because when you get married for real and the family you married to, for one reason or the other, does not accept you. I'm not saying loving you. I'm not saying liking you or wanting you. But for some reason, some people accept their daughter-in-law, maybe because of the happiness of their son. Whether it's good, it's bad, since my son is happy, it's okay. They accept their wife or their brother's wife. If your case is not like that, the answer is hell no, you don't want to. Please, my sister, my brother, I advise you back out. Reason because as a woman especially, no matter how you are so close to your husband, you understand yourself, you do things together, and you get married to this family, the mother-in-law is on your neck, sister-in-law is on your neck, everybody is looking or fighting to gain their right or a say in your marriage. Trust me, it's going to affect you psychologically, mentally. If you're a working mom, you can even be depressed. You will not be able to concentrate, like you'll not be able to focus on what you should focus on because you haven't to deal with issues that does not matter. But one thing is, if that marriage is God's plan, and you're a Christian who knows God, and maybe God has given you go ahead to go, sure, you will overcome. But certainly, you have to be patient. You just have to be patient. You just have to be ready to ask for the right word when you need to respond, and to be prepared physically, spiritually, just for you to be able to. It's not going to be easy, actually. I can tell you for free. I'm there and I'm still there, and I can tell you that marriage in a family, people say it doesn't matter once your husband is good to go. It's not true. I'm telling you, it's not true. Having your mother-in-law in your house and you cannot be free, you cannot be free like you are at home, is a whole lot. Having your sister-in-law in your house, you are trying your best, but it's not seen. That is because you are not accepted. You are not seen as part of the family. So it's a whole lot of headache that you have to deal with. Don't forget, you have your husband to take care of. You maybe as an expectant mother, you have yourself. The whole of this thing will make you as a person. What you are supposed to give attention to, at times you don't remember to, because you have to attend to issue that to me that does not matter. It doesn't matter, but as it stands, it's not a problem you just have to deal with. So another thing that happens to you as a young lady, on the side of a woman most especially, that happens to you as a woman, you are married in your husband's house and the family are not just with you. It will affect your relationship with your husband along the line. Because take it or leave it, they are his blood. Yes, especially at the initial stage. That's why I said to enter this kind of marriage, it has to be heavily direction, because they are his blood. He has lived and stayed with these people for a couple of years of his life. So these people are going to come in a way that he might not understand. You having to convince him to get him on your side that this is war is another thing on his own.
Yeah, it's a different ball.
It's a different ball game. Like, this is war. Like, from my own experience, when I got married, I saw war. At a point, it's as if, like, okay, this is not I'm at the door. You understand? Let me find the exits. You understand? The exit, the way out. But along the line, I realized that it's not exactly easy to it's more easy to get married than to quit marriage. So what am I saying in essence? What I'm saying in essence is a whole lot of stress having to convince your husband that what you are seeing is trouble, because some of these people can be highly manipulative. Have you seen when somebody raise up his maybe you are in a situation whereby you meet a bad person or you run into a bad gang, and the person will be showing you gun, like, okay, this is gun, if you talk I will shoot you. But on the contrary, the people pursuing people see you people smiling. Have you seen that kind of situation?
Yes, that's manipulative.
That is manipulative. That is a situation you find yourself when you have people that are highly manipulative. They are with you, and your husband will say, but these people are not doing it. But you yourself, you know, you are on a hot seat. So it takes God, it takes wisdom, it takes understanding to marry to this kind of family and be happy as a woman.
All right, so thank you very much. So just as we shared, these categories of families, they matter when you want to be accepted, or if you would be accepted at all. So just to dive into the discussion proper, the first item we have on our list is, if your spouse family does not accept you, you will be emotionally and psychologically affected.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, you want to say something about that?
Okay. If that is why
your
I say
spouse
draw,
family.
that is why I say draw closer.
Yeah.
It's a general conversation. To some, it doesn't matter. That is because if you are coming from a family that you were not bred with love, okay, maybe your mom has the same story, so you are prepared, as I'm getting married, if I meet good mother-in-law, to God be, if I meet bad one, we give ourselves.
Yes, back to back.
Back to back, you give me, I give you. So if you are from such a background, it will be easy to cope with this kind of people, with this set of family. You understand? But if you are not from such background, you are from a home that you really all have not heard when your father's mother comes to fight your mom, and you grow up knowing that life is all about love, playing, laughing, and you find yourself in this kind of setting, it will affect you psychologically.
Yeah.
It will affect you emotionally.
Yeah.
It will depress you. It will make you, like I said, to lose focus.
Yeah.
You will not be able to, you will not know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it has to be God. It has to be a leading from heaven for you to enter this kind of marriage.
All right. So, just as my wife mentioned, it will affect you emotionally, it will affect you physically, and you will not be loved. All right? You will not be loved. And then another angle to this particular one is, if you are not accepted, if your spouse family does not accept you, it also means that they do not love their own child. So if in this case it's a lady, and the family of that lady does not accept the guy that is coming, it means you as a lady, your family does not love you. And if it's a man, if you flip it, it's also the same thing. If it's a man and the lady that is coming, the family of the lady the family of the man does not accept the lady that is coming, it means the family also do not love that particular man. Yes, you can say there are some dynamics to these things, but in all, if I'm not loved, if my family do not accept my wife, to be my wife, it means they don't love me. That's just the fact, and that's what I'm trying to say. All right? I'm no longer a child. I should be able to know what is right for me. My woman also is no longer a child. She should be able to know what is right for her. Especially, I need to draw this, especially just my wife has also mentioned, especially if you have gotten your conviction that this marriage is godly. You have gotten your conviction that your wife is your Eve. You have gotten the conviction that your husband to be is your Adam. All right, so you are meant to be. All right, and your family is now trying to stop it, that no, it won't happen. In my own case, I'd already know that this is my wife. We are meant to be. All right. And while we're preparing for marriage and all that, even though there were things that were coming our way that looks like something that want to tear us apart, I stood my ground. I said, no, except God says, me, Paul, my sin is too much. All right? And God said, look, this boy, your sin is just too much. I beg, this marriage cannot hold. Except God says, if God do not say, me as a person will not be able to stop it, my wife as a person will not be able to stop it, no family member will be able to stop it. That has been my own watchword, because I've realized that she is my own wife. When I say my own wife, it's my Eve right from heaven. It's my wife. And before we also married, she also, by divine vision, she has dreamt about who his husband would be. And when we eventually saw each other, everything she has seen years before we got married were exactly the same. Mommy, is that not?
Yeah, exactly.
They were exactly the same. All right. So while we were marrying, my family was now, wanting to stop it, either with my approval or not. It's clear that it won't be possible. And if I know about it, I'll say that they don't love me. That's just the truth. But in a situation where maybe the family have seen that this lady or this guy that is coming, they have some sort of reservation, I think it's important they discuss it with that child. If it's a girl child, they should discuss with her. If it's a male child, they should discuss with him. And if the guy says no, that is what he wants to decide. As a family, if you are the godly part of the family, then bring the matter to God. Let God intervene. Let God take over. All right? Let God intervene. Let God take over. We support the godly marriage, the godly family who trust God solely, because we have seen that God owns marriage. He created it, and He made marriage to be beautiful. He made marriage to be unique. Just as we know, once husband and wife comes together, the family also become one. Just as husband and wife become one, the families also become one. The sisters of the husband side becomes the sister of the wife's side. The parent of the wife's side automatically also become the parent of the husband's side. So if that is the case, there is need for both families to become one. As soon as their daughter and their son, as soon as they join and they become one, the family also is supposed to become one.
So, just like my husband said, there's something I wanted to say earlier. I forgot. Like, I will advise singles out there who are not yet married. Just like genotype is very important. Like, you meet a guy now before you get into the marriage, before you fall in love that you'll not be able to stand again. Please, it is at times it is important, or we advise, check your genotype. That is the same way I will advise every single girl, not just anybody, whoever desire a peaceful home. Try to define your relationship and know this particular family where your husband is coming from. Try to make inquiry. Are they Christians? If they are Christians, how is their Christian life? How do they live? You understand? So let this form your decision of accepting the man. Because trust me, love is not enough. By the time you are blind with love, when you enter marriage, you will know that you have never loved before. Because pressure, stress that will be coming from the home, especially when you find yourself in a hope that they are not totally for God. When they stress you physically, they are not having their way. If you are not lucky, they might go the other way around, and you know what that means. So please, do not just look at it like family does not matter. Me and my husband, we are together, and here we are fine. And one other thing is that your children will be seen as stranger for life. After they fight you, and maybe you as the wife, and they don't succeed, the next thing is your children. So the fight continue, it doesn't end. So I advise, family is very, very, very important for your mental health, for your peace. For instance, if you're like, okay, maybe 60%, or maybe let's say 60% happy with your husband, and you are not even you are not, let me say 0, you are not, it will affect you. It will affect your joy. It will affect your peace. Because some people say family does not matter, but do you know the right, it matters a lot. You can have friends, so people are lucky to have good friends, like Jonathan in the Bible that stood by David. But how many people are this lucky? Me, I came from a family that, okay, I'm the second to the last. Every other person is married, including the last born. When I gave birth, like, okay, I need help. I need help. I need someone to help me out, because the way I delivered, it was not expected. I didn't see it coming. I've been attending antenatal, everything was fine. All of a sudden, the story changed. You understand? Which means I need someone that is capable, that will be around me, like, okay, to help me out. My side, I don't have anybody. My mom is quite old. Even though she's around, there are things she cannot do. I have in-laws that can easily call that, okay, my in-laws are supposed to be my family too.
Yeah.
They are supposed to be my family. They are supposed to be people that I can just call, this is the situation, can somebody come around? Yeah. But I can't, because I know what will happen if that happens. So to save myself that pressure that will be coming in, I have to like bear all the pain together. This can be so hurtful emotionally. Returning home as a family house, you don't have joy going back. At times you crave for it, but you just look at it like, okay, let me just stay back. What am I going? What is the essence of it?
What's the essence of going?
So please, ladies, listen well. Let's not deceive ourselves. This is a story we said between ourselves before. Family does not have my husband and I. Those things are story. They are English that we speak to ourselves to deceive ourselves. But in reality, it's not true. There are a lot of things that surround marriage that if you don't clear it, if you don't look at it very well, at the end of the day, you look at it like, okay, I've made a mistake. Yes. If you are not even careful, pressure can even make the man that you seems like is by you to get confused. Because these people, they might present themselves to be angel when the man is around.
Yes.
And when he's away, they show you, just if it, not even away, taking a cover, like let him go outside and come back, then give you back to back. And even before him, even in the court of law, you need evidence now.
Of course.
You know that, yes, this is this person that killed this person. But without evidence, you cannot report. It's a tight corner situation that you cannot even stand it. So you need to clear your head. You need to make sure it's God. You need to make sure that, okay, you know the truth for yourself. You make inquiring about this family. Then, at the end of the day, yes, nobody is perfect, but there are trivial things that can be ignored, because even your siblings can offend you. But there are some things that, well, God will minister to you.
All right. So, thank you, my wife. You've already mentioned why family matters in the marriage. Just as we have also further buttressed it. Mentioned why it really matters. So one of the points was, if your spouse family they will not accept your children also. If they do not accept you, all right, they will not accept your children. And that also buttressed where my wife said, let's assume there's festive period around and you want to travel to the village and maybe you want to go with one or two of your children. You will think it twice. That, okay, so why am I going? I mean, if I go, what would happen? My children, how will it be? All those kind of things. So they are not likely to accept your children. They are not likely. And like I said, if they don't accept my wife, they don't accept my children, is it mean that they are supposed to accept? Hell no. All right? And then these children, if they grow also later in life, they are not likely to also accept them. And that's the fact. Because by the time, your son or your daughter grows and hears the story, how the whole thing happens, he or she won't be happy. All right? And then that rift would continue family to family, generations to generations. So, family matters in a marriage.
Yeah,
it does matter. It really, really, really matter. It's important that the family of the wife accept the husband, the family of the husband accepts the wife, and then the two family becomes one. It's very, very important. So guys, if you find value in what we have been discussing, if it interests you, all right, we'll encourage you to kindly subscribe to this channel, click the like buttons, all right, and share the videos so that others can also see. Your action will really help us in putting more resources together and then filming content like this, and then we'll bless more people out there.
And please, we'd like to know your comment, please, in the comment section. What do you think? What are the things, what is your own opinion in a situation like this? Okay, like family don't accept you. Will you just go ahead? Like, will you just go ahead with the man? Will you back out? Will you think twice? Okay, let us know your own opinion. If you're in the situation like, okay, you have spent years with this guy and you don't want to like say no, how will you handle it? Let's know your opinion in the comment section.
Yes, thank you. Very, very important. It's going to help us. So to wrap up what we have been saying, just as my wife already mentioned, the earlier you discover or you understand that your family spouse do not accept you, the better it is for you.
Exactly.
Because if you wait till the relationship had gone so deep before you discover that, you are sitting on a time bomb, it can be destructive. It can be destructive. And then you might not be able to repair it.
Exactly.
Just like if you see your guy and he says, let's marry you, or I would like to marry you, or the guy comes to your father's house or your mother's house, or he takes you to his own people, the first thing they should do is to quickly do a genotype test, a blood test, to really see if medically, if both of you can go. But that really needs to be done as fast as possible. Just as that needs to be done as fast as possible, that's how it is for you to also know the family of your spouse as fast as possible.
Exactly.
It's very, very important. Then another wrap up that I think is also important is you as a person, you need to know who your family is.
Exactly.
I should know who my family is. You should know who your family is.
Exactly.
So that before your spouse comes in play or at all, if your spouse is telling you certain things about his or her family, you will quickly understand where he or she is coming from. I've come to realize that many of us do not know who our family is. We don't even know our mother. We don't even know our father. We don't even know our siblings. All right? We do not take time to know if truly they love us as a person, the way they claim, the way they profess, if it is true indeed that they love us. Many of us do not take our time to do that. It's very important to take our time to know who our family is. Who exactly is my mother? Who exactly is my father? Who is my brother? Who is my sister? Do they have my love at heart? And you too should ask that question within yourself. Do you also have their interest at heart?
At heart, exactly.
All right, because if you are checking that, do they love you? You should check yourself. You should be sure, do you love them? All right, so that it shouldn't be one-sided. So always try to know your spouse on time, especially his family. All right, just as you know your genotype on time, and then ensure as a person you know who your family is. You know, with this, it will help you to make the right decision. It will help you not to regret, because marriage is not a day journey.
Exactly.
It's not a journey
lifetime.
it's not a journey of 1 year. If you marry as early as age 25 and God helps you, God bless you with 80 years in marriage. Count 80 years with 25. That's 105. 80 years is not a joke. And then, as a Christian, if you marry, our Lord Almighty does not support divorce.
Exactly.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't want it. All right? So why not put necessary checks in place so that you don't talk of divorce? Why not put necessary checks in place to ensure that the beauty of marriage, you experience it in your own home day by day?
Yeah.
If you do believe in Christ, you know, marriage is for better and for the best. And that's how it will be. Thank you very much. Again, if you find value in what we have discussed so far, we encourage you to kindly subscribe.
Yes.
You know, like and share our videos. Just as we request for comments, we will really appreciate to hear from you, to even learn from you.
Yes.
We will appreciate that a lot. You know, so our conclusion is family does matter in a marriage.
Yes.
Mommy, you want to greet our audience as we wrap, as we say bye-bye?
Just love yourself.
Yes.
Be kind to yourself.
Yes.
Do yourself if you are single. Don't take these things for granted.
Yes.
There are things you say it doesn't matter.
Yes.
But most times when you enter and you close the door, you realize that it matters a lot. It has a lot to do with you.
Yeah.
Your personality.
Yeah.
Your ego as a person.
Yeah.
Everything will just go off. Your vision.
Yeah.
Because when you are supposed to be thinking what to do to get way forward, trouble is coming from you get a call and the next thing your mood has changed.
Yeah.
This thing go a long way to weigh you down. So please, it's very important. But notwithstanding, if it's God, you are very sure that okay, you will come out, and you're not just coming out, you come out with your head lifted. So please love yourself.
Yeah.
Love your spouse.
Love your spouse.
Respect your parents.
Respect your parents.
Irrelevant.
Yes.
Honor them.
Yes.
Because this is the only way that you get to the top.
Yeah.
Their blessings are very, very important.
Yeah.
So for now,
So say bye-bye and remain blessed.
be blessed.